Hi, my name is Christy, and right now we're going to talk about responding to government RFPs. So you've completed the process of getting your DUNS number and registering with SAM, so you're ready to start government contracting. There are topics that we're going to cover today, which are types of solicitation and documents, types of contracts, how to organize your response, and what to submit. Responding to government RFPs includes those types of solicitations and documents. You'll see four main types of solicitations or documents, and they are the RFI, which is a request for information, an RFQ, which is a request for quotes, an IFB, an invitation to bid, and an RFP, which is a request for a proposal. The contract types can be any of the following, which include a fixed contract price, an indefinite delivery contract, time and material, cost reimbursement, or an incentive contract. So what do I do? You need to know what type of document it is, and you need to read and make sure you understand it. These can be very overwhelming, massive documents with a lot of information to read. You should be able to tell what type of document it is from the front page or very close to the front page. You will see one of those items that say RFP or IFB right on it. There will be many criteria that you will need to follow, so read and make sure you understand it. If you have questions, you can contact the contracting officer early in the process, but do not ask questions for information that's provided in that document. Make sure you read and understand it first before asking the contracting officer for information they already provided you. There will be FAR provisions and clauses as part of the solicitation, so make sure you understand those as well. And then you want to respond to all elements of the document and provide all information that's requested. Do not promise anything you are unable to do or deliver. That's the first way to get yourself in trouble. Offer a fair price, make sure you sign the offer, and return all the information and associated documents on time in the correct format to the correct location. So one of your processes as in reviewing the document is going to be the understanding of when walkthroughs are, when certain elements of the process are required, and then obviously what that final upload date is. Don't wait till the last minute. There's always technological issues when you're dealing with this type of thing. So what do I return? You want to locate what documents you are expected to return, and all the information will be in that document that you will receive. Submit in the exact order as it's listed. Complete the signature page and provide contract administration information. Who in your company is the direct point of contact for this particular solicitation or document? Obviously, your pricing would be included in some of these. A request for information generally is just a request for information about your company. It's not actually asking you for numbers at that point. So make sure you're in the right document. And then a bond if it is required. How are you being evaluated? So read the document to determine that. Price is definitely something that is evaluated. Technical capability, certainly important. Past performance, past experience, and your socioeconomic ownership. As we discussed in earlier videos or other videos, socioeconomic contracts might be very specific. Read the document to determine the evaluation factors. Price, again, technical capability, delivery time, key personnel, management capability, meet or exceeds requirements. This is your portion in the technical capability to let your company shine. Let the contracting officer know you can do what you say that you can do, and you can do it on time. Past performance will support what you're saying in your technical capability, as well as past experience. And then there's the socioeconomic ownership factor. There are certain contracts, as we've discussed in other videos, that are set aside specifically for small businesses that meet that criteria. How do you be competitive in the government contracting world? You have to do your market research and competitive analysis. You need to know where you have a competitive advantage. Please reference the Getting Started with Government Contracting video on different websites that are available for you to do research and data points. What type of warranty period is required in the contract or the solicitation, and what do you offer? These can be two different things. Delivery time. What's your standard delivery time? Understand your costs. Are you actually going to make money from this contract, or are you going to lose money from this contract? If you have any question about whether you're going to make money or lose money, this should not be your contract. Do not underestimate the government's requirements. There are many requirements. This document typically is huge. Make sure that you understand all of them so that you don't have any unforeseen costs. Do not exceed any page limitation. If it says a one-page upload, then only upload one page. Gain an understanding of the contract terms and conditions. This is where a lot of small businesses can get themselves into trouble. They don't understand the contract terms and the conditions. If you have any questions with any of those items, you could always ask your local SBDC. Brand name requirements. There will be sometimes specifics of a brand name only or a brand name or equal. Review the salient characteristics, product features the government cannot live without. Do not omit things the government cannot live without, or assume that you can use a like or equivalent brand. If requested, provide a descriptive literature, even if they have specified a brand name. Service contract work statements. You're a service-based company, not a material-based company. You have to provide a statement of work typically. And then performance-based acquisitions. After contract award, how will the government assess contract services provided? This is where a service contract or a service company says, this is how we're going to deliver the service in the contract with your specifications. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it. And make sure that the service contract labor standards are always being met. Subcontracting. Understand the performance requirement for the contract. Is subcontracting permitted? Is it not permitted? What are the limitations on subcontracting and what is required of your subcontractors? These RFPs can be very specific about the type of subcontractors you can utilize, the percentage of the work that can be completed, and what regulations and requirements you have for documentation for these subcontractors. After the contract award, how will the government assess your contracted services that you're providing? How are you going to deliver? When are you going to deliver? Who are the communication points all throughout this service contract? And make sure, above all, service contract labor standards are being met. Debriefing. Always request a debriefing, even if you win the contract. This is a competitive advantage standpoint for future contracts. Request it in writing within 3 days of the receipt of an award notice. During the debriefing, try to find out why your offer was not selected and how to improve your response the next time. Ultimately, you want to be successful with not only this contract, but future contracts. And remember that contracting officers, even though they are following a set of guidelines that you are also following, they still have an opinion about the work that's being done or the company that's being presented to them. That's all I have for you in responding to government RFPs. There's obviously so much more information that's going to go into this. So for future reference, contact your SBDC.